Here is another format of cost sheet. In this format, we will write the closing stock of raw material and opening stock of work in progress like that. So let me see. First, we have to write as how we write in our cost sheet format, the previous cost sheet format. First, we are going to write the particulars, rupees, inner column and the outer column total cost. Here, the opening stock of material. Along with this, we are going to add our purchase and the carriage on purchase also. After adding these three, we have to less the closing stock of raw material and we will get the direct material consumed. So here, what we did in our previous cost sheet, we will add our direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. After that, we will get the prime cost. In the same method, we are going to do in this problem also. So after getting the prime cost, we are going to add our factory overhead, and also after that we are going to add our opening stock of work in progress. The opening stock of work in progress, this is the new one we are writing here. After that we are going to less our closing stock of work in progress. And also if any of the sale of factory scrap is given in this problem, means we have to less that also along with this closing stock of work in progress. After that we will get our factory cost. We all know that factory cost is also called as work cost. After that, we are going to add our administration overhead. We will get our cost of production. Along with this cost of production, we are going to add the opening stock of finished goods. Now our product is ready to sell. So we are going to add our opening stock of finished goods and less our closing stock of finished goods. We will get our cost of goods sold. Here we are going to add our selling and distribution overhead. We will get the cost of sales. Is also called as total cost. Here we are going to add our profit and we will get our sales. Now let me see if in any of the problem it was given factory rent or fuel, what we are going to do. Or in many problems we may see the factory overhead direct amount, factory overhead rupees 5,000 or factory overhead as 6,000 and office overhead as 5,000 or selling and distribution overhead as 10,000. If the direct amount is given in the problem, means we can directly insert that amount under the format and we can compute the total cost. If it is not given, what we are going to do? So first we have to categorize the factory overhead, office overhead and selling and distribution overhead. We know well that indirect material, indirect wages, factory rent, repairs and maintenance, depreciation of factory plant, work stationery, insurance of factory, these are some of the examples will come under factory overhead. We have to assemble all these expenses under the heading factory overhead. After adding in that expenses in the inner column, we will put the amount at the outer column. After that, we will add the such amount with the prime cost. We will get the work cost. In the same way, we are going to do for the administration overhead and also for the selling and distribution overhead. Now, after adding these administration expenses along with the work cost, we will get the cost of production. So after getting the cost of production, we will add our selling and distribution overhead. What we are going to do here is whatever we will did in our normal cost sheet, in the same manner we will do in this format also. So in the selling administration, some of the examples of selling and distribution overhead is advertising, salesman salary, samples, free gifts and sales promotion expenses, showroom rent, whatever it may be. The expenses which are related to the selling and distribution overhead will we have to write here and we have to add separately, and then we have to include it in our cost sheet. So we will get our cost of sales. The cost of sales is otherwise called as total sales. After getting the total sales, as usual, we will have to calculate our profit and also the sales. Now let me see how to calculate the closing stock. So in any of the problem, we are asked to calculate the closing stock, means how to calculate First we have to take the number of unit produced from the problem. The number of unit will be given in the problem. We have to write the number of units produced in here, and the cost of production. We can get the answer for cost of production from our cost sheet. After that we are going to multiply by closing stock units. We have to multiply the closing stock units. We will get the answer. For example, if suppose the cost of production the value is 19 lakhs and the unit produced, it is given in the problem, is 19,000, and the unit of closing stock is 5,000, we can get the answer as rupees 5 lakhs. So by this formula we can get our closing stock. What we are going to do, this amount we will less this amount from the cost of production in the closing our cost sheet. We have to less this amount from our cost sheet. So now next we are going to see how to calculate the number of units sold. For that we have to take our production, this will be in our question, and plus we are going to add our opening stock, and next we are going to less our closing stock. By adding our opening stock and lessing our closing stock with the production, we can get the number of units sold. In any of our problem, if you are asked to calculate the percentage of works expenses to wages or percentage of general expenses to work cost, what we have to do? So we have to apply these formulas to calculate the percentage of factory overheads to direct wages. So this is the formula for percentage of factory overheads to direct wages. It is the factory overheads divided by direct wages into 100. By calculating this, we have get the answer. Next one is office overheads to work cost. It is office overheads divided by work cost into 100. So we can calculate the percentage of office overheads to work cost by this formula. And the third one is percentage of selling overhead. Here the formula is selling overhead divided by work cost into 100. By using these formulas we can calculate the percentages which we are asked in the problem.